Good morning, everyone. So, we are back again with another GK tutorial for you. You all love to read books, beta? I also love to read books. And there are certain books which are important in a certain field. So, you must know about these books. We have already discussed. Let us revise the book world and the names of the books which we use every day. So let's begin with the first book, which is very interesting. The name of the book is Album. Everyone has an album at home. What do you do in that? You put pictures of your family, of yourself. You paste the photographs in that book. So the book in which you keep photographs is called album. You already know this, but you have to remember and learn the spellings also. The second book you don't know about is a ledger. You know, whenever you have a business, whenever your father goes to a business or there is a person who is doing some errands, they keep a book of records of their accounts. That how much money they have given to somebody, how much money they have to get from somebody. All these accounts are written in a book that is called a ledger. Okay? So the spelling of ledger, Ledger, D is silent, and this book is specially kept in all the factories, all the business people, tycoons have this book. They have to maintain this record of accounts. Okay? The third book is very interesting. I love this book. It's called Atlas. It's a book of maps, and you can find all the places of the world in that map. So what is Atlas? It's a book of maps. You can get the map of America, you can get the map of Australia, and you can find out new places. If you want to visit some place in India, you can get a big map of India and you can learn about all the places of your country. All the states also you can see which you have learned in your social studies. So next book is a dictionary, and all the children must have a dictionary at home. Whenever there is a difficulty in knowing the meaning of a word, you should open a dictionary. It's all written alphabetically. All the words of the world are written in that dictionary. So you can find the meanings of each and every word in alphabetical order in a dictionary. And all the good children, they have a dictionary at home and they can look into the words, whichever difficult word, if you read in the book, if you read in the newspaper. So you should have a dictionary with you. So it's a book that contains word meanings. The next number is an encyclopedia. So encyclopedias are also books which tell us about one certain subject, everything about one subject. Suppose you want to know something about birds. I love birds. You also all love to see birds. In that encyclopedia, it will be a thick book which will tell you each and everything about each and every bird in the universe. So one subject, everything possible about one subject is written in that encyclopedia, and you can buy it from the market if you want to know more about any subject on the earth. So encyclopedia is a book that gives you complete information of a subject. Complete. You need not go anywhere, you need not ask anybody. The encyclopedia will give you everything about a subject. Okay, so it's a very useful book. Some children, they keep encyclopedias. I used to have one about the earth, about the space. I have 2 encyclopedias with me. And the library is full of encyclopedias. You can get each and every subject in there. The next book is a diary, which all of you have. What do you do in a diary? You keep all the day-to-day routine records. Whatever you do, You people, you write your homework. But people who keep a diary, they keep a record of their daily actions, what they did, how they felt. They keep a diary. Some people, they keep a diary and write down that I went to market, I brought this, I met my friend. So they keep all the detail of the day on which they have done something. They write all the detail. They put the date and write all the record in a diary. But you, of course, write the homework in your diary, and you can also maintain a separate diary and write down whatever you feel. That's a very good habit. Okay, next is a catalog. Now, have you been to a restaurant and you have a menu in which all the items are written, whatever is available in that hotel? So this type of books which give you the record of all the items which are available, that is called a catalog. Even in your textbooks, you know, there is a page of index where they have written all the topics which are in your book. That is also called a catalog. So what is a catalog? It is a complete list of items in any area. Wherever you look into your book, you go to a hotel, that menu is a catalog. Okay, it's an example of a catalog. Next is a directory. Nowadays we don't use a directory, but in the olden days there used to be a thick directory in every home, because in that all the phone numbers of the country were written in an alphabetical order. So directory was very necessary. Suppose you want to know your uncle's phone number which you have forgotten. So it was available in the directory. So directory is a book of phone numbers, remember. And the last but not the least is a magazine. So what is a magazine? There are so many magazines in the library, you know. We read articles, we read poems and essays you can read, like Competition Success Review. These are the books which are published every week or every month or every fortnight. So any book which contains all the current affairs, there are sports magazines also which tell us everything about the current sports field. So magazines are also very interesting. You should always read magazines in the library, because you come to know of all the current affairs. They are full of articles, poems, everything. So you can know each and everything that is happening around you. So magazine is a periodic publication. It is published either every week or every fortnight. So these are wonderful books. You should have a look at these books. All these books, if you don't have at home, but you should know. You should have the knowledge of all these books. So this was all about the book world. Now let's learn the next chapter. That is chapter number 18, symbols, famous symbols. We have already done. So there are some symbols which are common everywhere, all over the world. And you should know what they mean. What is the meaning? Suppose somebody is doing like this. Oh, ho, ho, ho. What does this mean? This means that that person has been victorious. He has won a match, or he has won something. So what is the meaning of V? This V with the fingers, this is the symbol of victory. That I have won in any field. Either you may be competing for some competition, and when you win that competition, you show a V to your friends, to your relatives, that I have won. So this is the symbol of victory. Now the second number is a checkered flag. There is a check color flag in your book. You can have a look on that flag. Two flags are there, and when the race finishes, it's a duty of a person to move those flags like this, that this is the end point of the race. So two checkered flags are given to one person. It is that person's duty to move them, to show all the runners that this is the end of the race. This point is the end of the race. where these flags are being hoisted or moved by a person. So checkered flags means there are black and white check flags which are used at the end of a race. Next is danger sign. Wherever there is an electrical pole or there is something dangerous, or you can go in the Bhoot Bangla, they put a skull outside that, and that skull means that this place is dangerous. The skull represents danger, that move away, don't come here. It's especially for the children. They should know that khatra hai, we should not go there. They should go back. Next is a dove and a white flag. Dove and white flag, these are specially shown wherever there is peace. When you are very peaceful, when there is peaceful atmosphere, there is no war, there is no fighting, then they show the picture of a dove or a white flag. Both mean peace. Peace in Hindi means Shanti, no fighting. Okay? So next is, whenever we go to a court, you will see that outside the court there is a blindfolded woman with a weighing balance. Uski aankhein band hai aur she is holding a weighing balance. That is the symbol of justice. It means that justice has no eyes. Whatever the proof is given, that shows justice. It means that we should not be partial to anybody. It's not that he's my brother, he's my sister, he's my father, so I should be partial. No. Justice is for all. Okay? Thumbs up, of course you know. Thumbs up is used when you do something good. Well done. And we show a thumbs up. This way. Red cross. The next number 7 is red cross. And all of you know it is used in all the ambulances. You will see that red cross is there. And all the medicine shops and the doctors, they put a red cross in front of their clinic because it represents service to humans, to all the sick people. Red cross is the symbol to show service to the sick people. That if somebody is ill, they should go to this sign and definitely they will get medicine and help from other people. White flag, I have already told you, it is used for peace, Shanti. Now half mast flag means the full flag is hoisted on the top. You see, people who hoist flags, they put it on the top. But sometimes the flag comes down. When there is something very sad, somebody has died. So what we do, the flag that is put on the buildings, it is put down. It is put on half mast. Okay? So half mast flag represents something sad has happened and something that is very ugly has happened. Maybe in a country, or maybe somebody is dead, and then we use a half mast flag. So remember all these 2 chapters, and best of luck for your exams which are going to be held in the month of September. I hope you have got the date sheets. So work hard, learn these chapters and get full marks and be a champion in your studies. All the best to all of you.